The Ekwem Brothers Journey. Long ago, in the heart of Igbo land, where the red earth met the sky and ancient spirits whispered through the palm trees, there lived two brothers, Ez and Ekwem. The Ekwem family was one of great wealth and power. Their compounds were vast, with yam barns so full they bulged at the edges, and their palm oil jars stood like towers of gold. Countless ohu, slaves, labored in their fields from dawn till dusk, tilling the land, tending the livestock, and carrying out every command of their masters. But beneath this display of power lay a deep sorrow. Neither brother had a child to carry on his name. Their wives were many, their wealth overflowing, yet the compounds remained silent with emptiness. As the years passed, their beards turned grey, and people in the village began to whisper, perhaps the gods have cursed them. Others said, their ancestors are angry, and until they make peace, no child will be born in their lineage. The brothers, though close by blood, lived in separate compounds and rarely spoke openly of their pain. Each carried his shame in silence. The secret decision, desperation eventually drove them to seek answers. Ez, the elder, heard tales of a powerful dibia, a seer, who lived in a faraway land beyond hills and forests. This woman, it was said, could speak directly to the spirits and reveal hidden truths. Determined to end the shame, Ez decided to make the journey. Unknown to him, his younger brother Ekwem had made the same plan in secret. Their pride would not allow either man to confess his intentions to the other. On a cold Afa morning, while the moon still hid behind clouds, both brothers set out at 1 a.m., each from his own compound, guided only by trusted guards. The journey would be long and dangerous, and trekking was their only means of travel. They moved through dense forests, crossed streams whose waters shimmered under the moonlight, and passed silent ancestral shrines, whispering prayers as they went. The fateful meeting. As the first rooster crowed, signaling the break of dawn, fate brought the two brothers together at a lonely junction in the forest, a narrow path that split the wilderness. From the mist, two shadows emerged. Ez, gripping his Ofo staff, called out in a deep, commanding voice, "Who walks there at this sacred hour?" "Thiek." From the other side, Ekwem shouted back sharply, his hand on the dagger tied at his waist, "I should be asking you the same." "Who are you?" They stepped closer, the mist parting between them, and then froze. "Ekwem, my brother, Ez, Enene Anyi Diabere, Father, have mercy." Overcome with emotion, they fell into each other's arms and wept, their tears mingling with the red earth beneath their feet. The guards stood silently, watching this rare moment of vulnerability between two proud men. Ez's sacrifice. When their tears had dried, Ez, as the elder, spoke with a heavy heart. "Ekwem, my brother," he said, gripping Ekwem's shoulder, "our journey has brought us to the same path and for the same purpose. But if both of us go and disaster strikes, our lineage will end this very day." Ekwem's voice trembled. "What are you saying, my brother?" Ez sighed deeply. "Return home with your guard. I will go alone to meet the seer. If I perish, at least you will live to carry our name. If I succeed, you will share in the blessing." Let it not be said that the Ekwem family vanished in one night. Ekwem resisted at first, but at last, with tears in his eyes, he agreed. They embraced once more before parting ways. Ez pressed his staff firmly into the earth and continued the journey, determined to save his family name. The seer's revelation. After hours of trekking through forests and climbing hills, Ez finally arrived at the dwelling of the seer. The woman was old and frail, her hair white like cotton, her eyes clouded but burning with an inner fire. The air inside her hut smelled of burning herbs and ancient secrets. Ez knelt before her and poured out his heart, the years of childlessness, the shame of their lineage, and the journey they had endured. The seer listened in silence, then closed her eyes and consulted the spirits, chanting in a voice that seemed to echo from another realm. At last, she opened her eyes and spoke, "The sons of Ez Ekwem, you and your brother have not offended any god. No curse has been placed upon you. Your ancestors are at peace." Ez gasped. "Then why, great mother, do we suffer so?" The seer's voice dropped to a whisper, yet it cut through the room like a blade. "It is not the gods who block the way, it is you." Ez frowned in confusion. "You have too many slaves, too many souls bound to your service. Their spirits stand like a wall, blocking the path for your own children to come into this world. The earth cannot give you what you desire until you release it." Great release. Ez returned home with this revelation, and Ekwem was waiting anxiously. When Ez shared the seer's words, they both fell silent, the truth heavy on their hearts. The next day, they gathered their people and made a bold decision. They freed almost all their slaves, one by one, giving them land and gifts to start new lives. Only one beloved servant each remained, those who had been raised like family since childhood. For the first time in years, the compounds grew quiet and peaceful. Months passed, and then, one by one, their wives began to conceive. The compounds that were once filled only with the labor of slaves now rang with the laughter of children. The brothers' wealth remained, but it was now matched by something far greater, legacy. The lesson of the Ekwem brothers. From that day, the people spoke of the Ekwem brothers as a living lesson. True wealth is not in the number of people who serve you, but in the children who will call your name lower gone. And sir, through humility and sacrifice, the name Ekwem lived on for generations, carried by